Well, second week in a row, you must be wondering, how didn't we get something out of that game, Ian?
I agree, Derek. It's a really tough one to take, if I'm honest with you. I look at the performance on a whole. We looked at the first half. We weren't quite happy with the first half. Weren't combative enough. We felt changes were required, and the changes injected a lot of intensity to it. And like you say, it's a really tough one to take because, I mean, I'm not going to stand here in front of the fans and lie. I'm not a liar. I'll be honest when I'm honest. And first half, we weren't happy with it. We changed it. I wouldn't say they were great in the first half. We just weren't happy with us. And then second half, much better. And I mean, stats don't lie and data doesn't lie. I think we had 16 shots to their 7, and we had some unbelievable chances. And I think I'd have been disappointed standing here with a draw. And to get beat today, it's a hurting one.
Go back to the first half, a bit frustrated with the way you conceded from a set piece. I know there were little hints perhaps a bit offside, but even so.
Yeah, I watched it back. I think that there's hints of offside, hints of foul, but we've got to defend it better. I think when the delay in plays like that, because the lad goes off injured, you want to make sure you're switched on, you deal with it, because that was the only threat they really had all game. Thought first half they were slightly better than us, even though we had chances, but they didn't really create anything, not like we created second half. But I've worked with teams before and seemed to me before is that when the performance is there and the numbers are there, it's not like we're not creating chances. When we get a result, we'll go on a run because you know the quality's there.
Regan Hendry I thought was very good throughout. Conor Jennings, big impact when he came on the second half, and you were certainly controlling the game, as you say, creating opportunities. I'm sure Luke Lawrison another day would bury that one right in the crossbar, and Geno himself, had a couple of headed chances as well.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, Derek. I mean, you look at Luke Lawrison, he's people talk about fitness when people are returning to play. It's not just the running, it's the little bits of quality and the awareness and things like that. And he's probably played longer than we were planning on playing him today because he was such a threat, and he's disappointed he hasn't scored, as was Geno. But the mentality of the group, they're all disappointed. They're all gutted for the 820 fans I think that were there today. Were outstanding throughout. But I think I say it all the time, the Tranmere fans, they're honest fans. They know what they've seen today, they know what they witnessed. They knew a good performance when they see one. They'll be as disappointed and gutted as us, but I'm sure they'll believe that if we keep doing that, then the results will come, and when they come, they'll come in a row.
Competition for places you've talked about with the depth of the squad. Lee O'Connor left out today, Rhys McAleer starts, but then Lee responds in the second half. That's what you want from every player within the squad. Yeah,
it's always a challenge when some players get competition for places. There's one or two things they do. They step up or they go under, and Lee O'Connor stepped up today, and his performance in the second half was very, very good, and more like what we expect from him. So hopefully he continues that. But I go back to performances. I think we've had over 50 shots in the last 3 games, and since I've been at Tranmere I've never known that. So that's why I'm so confident that if we keep doing what we're doing, then the results will come. And we just need to be a little bit more savvy and stronger at set plays. There's just been a couple of clever set plays that have caught us out lately, and we can't afford to have that.
Yeah, I mean, you want it to hurt when you get beaten, don't you? But it's how you respond to that and understand the positives that you take out of games.
Yeah, again, win, lose or draw, we try and stay level. We're gutted obviously inside, but we've got another game to prepare for Tuesday, and we've got 2 games in the next week. We can turn that around very, very quickly if we just, like I say, the players will be gutted today. It'll be a quiet bus. They'll be down, but come tomorrow, it'll be getting ready for Tuesday and look at what we've done well today and keep moving forward.
How important for you is that first league win sort of under your belt?
Yeah, I think it's important for us all. I think once we get it, like I say, I'm convinced it's not just a one-off or a fluke. I go back to performances all the time. Is that when you perform and then you get your results, you'll keep winning. You keep getting results. When you just grinding results out, which I think if no one could disagree, like we've had to do that over the last couple of years where we've ground results out. When the performances are there and the numbers are there, you know that it's coming.
And injury-wise, Harvey Saunders got a nasty knock early in the second half. How is Harvey?
I think he's rolled his ankle, so we'll have to assess him over the next couple of days. But again, gutted that he's injured, but then you put Sam on, and I'm like, you don't lose that impact. You just get a fresh player coming on the pitch, and like I say, the squads for the results that we've had, they're mentally in the right place to go again on Tuesday.
And you mentioned the 800 plus fans that were here as well. I mean, and I think the response at the end sort of showed you how they really sort of appreciated what you'd given them. And you say particularly in the second half when you could have got a draw or even won the game.
Again, the Tranmere fans know football. It's an area that they know football. They know when players have put everything in. They know when you created chances. They know when you play good football. You've got to remember as well, MK Dons have just been relegated from League One, and they're probably one of the bookies' favourites to get promoted. And if we honestly look at that today, they've only had 7 shots, not really threatened the goal. I mean, we're miles ahead of them, so they've just got to keep the belief, which they will do, and the results will come.